Unfortunately, it's with happiness and sadness at the same time that I want to inform you guys that the journey for us has started over again. Sunrise sky this morning. Well, folks, good morning. We are on our way to the famous city of Atlanta, and you know what that means. Actually, you don't know what that means. So where are we going?
Atlanta. Silly.
Atlanta.
You just said that.
Unfortunately, it's with happiness and sadness at the same time that I want to inform you guys that the journey for us has started over again. And what journey is that, one might ask? Well, it's the journey of immigration. So with happiness, it's 2 years since we last finished up this journey. Actually, it's less than 2 years. It's 1 year and 9 months since we last finished the journey. And now it's time for us to start again. Here's Margaret.
I will be putting on makeup, by the way. But it's before 6 o'clock now, and it was before 5 o'clock when we got up, so no makeup yet. But we're going to go and get that nice little paperwork started for another green card. You're cutting off my head. We're going to go and get some nice paperwork for a new green card. The first one's not green, but they didn't ask my opinion. So I was just saying, the baby is going to have to wait for food because apparently we're going to get Chick-fil-A in Noonan instead of here because they're not open yet. That's what you get when you leave this early in the morning. Even Chick-fil-A is not open. But it's going to be great, guys.
Yeah, so our journey started at 5 this morning. I actually didn't get to bed until 1 o'clock last night because I had a project I had to work on and deliver. So 4 hours of sleep, but we're kicking it this morning. And we're taking a half day to Atlanta to get the paperwork started, like Margaret said. And hopefully this is the last one. Actually, no, this is not the last one. There is one more after this, which is my citizenship. But I have to get through this hoop first. So if you remember last time, the stack of paper, well, we have another one of those in the back. But we just want to take you guys along with us today for a fun day. Short and fun day. Go visit a lawyer, go to the supermarket, and go back to work. All I'm saying is, look at this sunrise. and turn out all the paper that I brought, it still wasn't enough. So we need to send in more papers before we leave for our vacation in the next day or two. So we have a lot of work to do when we get home, especially on the drive home. But for right now, we're gonna go visit Margaret's favorite Asian store before we head home, because we have to head home and go to work this afternoon. Hey everyone, so it's about 6:30 here where I am, and I was gonna set this up in the studio, but it's been so nice out here. The weather's pretty nice, it feels pretty good. It's been raining for the last few days, and I figured we just set it up outside. So since I recorded this video, I've had a couple questions from my friends and families about the whole process, and I figure I'll make this interruption to try to explain it so I don't confuse you with the content of this video. One of the questions that people have been asking me is, why am I getting a green card again? 2 years ago, I already did a video talking about green card, so why again after 2 years? So there are a number of reasons why one might have to get a green card again. It depends on how you are sponsored. The main reason for my situation is when Margaret sponsored me, it was due to marriage. We went to the immigration service and said, hey, we got married and she would like for me to stay here and I would like to stay here and raise a family together. But because when we applied for our paperwork, we had been married for less than 2 years total. I think it was like 6 months after we got married that we started the paperwork. And due to a lot of frauds in the last 10, 15, 20 years that people have came to this country by marriage, but really it was a fake marriage. So the government got smarter and they said, okay, if you've been married for less than 2 years, we're going to issue you a 2 years green card. It's a temporary green card that will allow you, that will give you all the rights as a permanent green card. But you have to come and see us again after 2 years and let us check in and make sure that everything is correct and everything is the way that you said it is. So now we are in the process of applying to change from a 2 years temporary green card to a 10 years permanent green card. And it's a one-time thing. And after 10 years, I could reapply and reapply and reapply to renew my green card, and that's it. However, to change from a 2 years green card to a 10 years green card, I would have to go through and prove all the paperwork over again, prove that we've been living together, prove that we've been married, that everything is true, and also have to come in for an interview and another fingerprint and everything. So it is to change from 2 years to a 10 years green card, it is a big process. And the rules is after 1 year into my 10-year green card, or 3 years after we've been married total, I could go on and apply for my citizenship. Right now I'm not an American citizen, I'm just a permanent resident. I could apply for an American citizenship, get an American passport, and remove all the restrictions together. There are some differences between a permanent resident and a citizen. There are some rights that a citizen has that a permanent resident does not have. I mean, it makes sense, right? I said that because a lot of people have heard me getting my green card. They're like, oh, I thought you were already a citizen from the last year's paperwork. No, a permanent resident lets you stay here and have most of the rights, but there are more rights when you become a citizen. I know of people who've been here for 20 plus years and are still just a permanent resident because they don't want to take the test and they're willing to live without some of those rights. Margaret and I do intend that after my 10 years green card come in, and when time comes and I could apply and take the test for my citizenship, that I would go on and do that, because I do want to become a citizen of this country. We love this country here. I'm not sure why people don't want to do it. It's a land of the free, home of the braves. It's a land of opportunity. You could do whatever you want to do. You could work. You really need to work, but not work. You could go and start a business, you could work for a company, whatever it is that you want to do, and you have rights, you have freedom. And coming from where I come from, the opportunities are not the same, and I love it here. We have families here that would like for us to keep me here and to keep our children here. It is a first world country, it's advanced. We have access to things that people don't have, technology, hospital, medicine, and it's a win-win for everybody. But anyways, back to the video. All right, folks, back to the old stomping ground, a farmer's market. We just got done at Margaret's.
There.
Oh, sorry. Pregnant people need pregnant things. All right, we just got done at one of Margaret's favorite stores, the Asian supermarket. We spent a bunch of money. Margaret spent a bunch of money for her Asian food. And she can't wait to go home and eat. We got to go home and go back to work. So we're going to end this video here. If you're new here, I appreciate you being here. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Hope you liked the video. Hope you come back for more. Hit the subscribe button. And yeah, so we have officially begun our 10-year permanent green card journey. And it's going to be a wild ride because apparently it's a long wait and we're hoping to bypass that. It's a second interview. We're hoping to bypass that with our truth and honorable marriage. And anyone who looks at us and the baby that's inside Margaret's stomach knows that we've been doing good work.
John!
You know what I'm saying?
You're
See you in the next video. Bye.